Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and Friday is the big day. And no, it's not the day that I get the sweet kiss of death. Unfortunately, Blizzcon Online is finally going to be taking place on Friday, and specifically the Overwatch community, man. We have been waiting for this day for the longest time, because we have not heard any information in regards of Overwatch 2 ever since last Blizzcon. You want to know when that was? In 2019. Bro, I could have started a family in the time that Overwatch 2 got last talked about. I mean, that requires a woman to love me, but let's just talk about BlizzCon and Overwatch 2, please? I want to make a video talking about the expectations of what I want talked about for Overwatch 2 at BlizzCon. A wish list, if you will, as if I was in charge to release information for the game. Because what some people forget is that this is Blizzard's big opportunity to really lure in a large portion of the gaming world back into the Overwatch universe, because we're not dumb. You know, it was really popular at one point, and a lot of people just drifted off into other games over the past couple of years. I mean, Overwatch is 5 years old, so that's naturally gonna happen with a video game, but that doesn't mean Blizzard can't breathe new life into this franchise. But they gotta do it just right. They gotta attract the people that are super hyper competitive and that didn't particularly like the ranking system. And they also gotta attract the people that really like the cute skins and the cute heroes that are really just playing casually. But they also gotta announce stuff for the current player base that are consistently playing Overwatch. Because while yes, the main goal is to attract new people, making sure that your current player base is happy should also be in their agenda. But what could they do specifically, and what can we expect? Well, the very first thing that we can expect, I expect Jeff Kaplan to literally walk in front of a screen and say, Overwatch 2 is going to be coming out on January 2022, or whenever they expect to release the date. That should be the very first thing, because that's what we're all waiting for. If not, at the very end, so that people can get excited and hyped after seeing all the other stuff that Overwatch 2 is going to be coming with. And one of those things is an anime short. Wait, an anime short for Overwatch 2? Why should we be expecting that? Here's why. The animated shorts for the Overwatch franchise is one of the best marketing tactics that Blizzard has up their sleeve, because everybody loves the Overwatch animated shorts. Whether you hate the game or not, nobody can deny that the animated shorts are some of the best mini movies of all time in the video game world. And what do you think is going to get more people excited for Overwatch 2? An advertisement says, hey kids, you want to play the hot new trendy game where you can go pew pew pew, or an actual movie that takes time, effort, and love, and expanding on the personalities and stories of all of our favorite heroes? And trust me, Blizzard knows this. They're not dumb. If a stupid kid with a marketing degree can easily tell that that is the better marketing tactic, I'm sure they also know that at Blizzard. Now, that's not to say that they can easily just whip up an animated short, but I do feel like that is a reason why Overwatch is so popular as it is because of the mini movies on YouTube. And it has almost been a year and a half since the last animated short came out, so I really do expect something of the likes of 0 Hour that involves multiple heroes rather than just one single hero. Or if they are going to have an animated short with just a single hero, what if it were to be the brand new hero for Overwatch? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be making it spicy this BlizzCon. Again, we haven't had a new hero in a year, and if Blizzard are going to be sticking to their guns and not releasing a hero at all for this year, I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of a dumb move, and they have already been hinting at a new hero with Kanezaka. So if they were to release a new animated short with the new hero, and possibly alongside Genshin Hanzo, assuming that it is this Fox Ninja hero, not only would people get so hyped because Genshin and Hanzo are the two most popular heroes in Overwatch, but it also get people excited to play Overwatch again because, well, there's a brand new hero. And BlizzCon is the place that Blizzard always likes to outdo themselves, and the best way they can outdo themselves and one-up themselves from last year is to have an animated short with the brand new hero, but alongside the other things that I also come to expect. That's just the first step in reintroducing hype, but the next thing that I think they need to talk about at BlizzCon is something that they were missing in all of 2020. Something that everybody was so confused about, whether you played Overwatch on a daily or you never played Overwatch at all, and that is a schedule for what they plan to release, whether it's in Overwatch 1 and or Overwatch 2. While I do like the element of surprise of not knowing when the next map is gonna be or when the next skin second challenge is going to be or when the next hero is going to be. They really dug themselves in a hole by not really releasing any of the big things that really drive up hype for Overwatch to begin with for almost a year and a half. So I really do think they just need to come up front and be like, hey, we're sorry that we didn't release anything in the year 2020. Coronavirus really did hit us hard, but this is our plan for Overwatch 1, and then once Overwatch 2 comes out, this is what you can expect. Just lay it all out for us so that we don't have to guess and check on what we will be getting or what Overwatch 2 really is gonna have or be compared to Overwatch 1. And I assume that they're gonna say for Overwatch 1, we're gonna have the typical events, the Archives event, the Anniversary event, the Summer Games event, so on and so forth. And if they do plan on releasing a hero and going back on their wood of saying that Echo was the last hero released in Overwatch 1, then to say, hey, we're gonna release this new Fox Ninja hero in the month of March since we haven't released a new hero at all and we won't be releasing Overwatch 2 anytime soon. But that's me being hopeful that we are gonna be getting a new hero in the year 2021. But Blizzard could easily stick to their guns and say, nope, Echo was the last release hero, and if that's the case, and if they do have a release date, then you need to say, here is how many heroes are going to be released upon Overwatch 2. Again, at this point, it has been a year since we did get our last hero, Echo, and if they don't plan to release a new hero at all this year, it's going to be a whole 2 years. That's a whole 6 heroes that could have been released in that 2-year span, because typically they release about 3 heroes every year. So what I expect them to lay out for us is how many heroes are going to be released upon Overwatch's 2 release. And what I expect, and this is a big expectation, I expect 5 total new heroes when Overwatch 2 comes out, because again, you gotta think, a whole 2 years without a new hero, assuming that we don't get a hero this year, that's 6 heroes. So I think 5 brand new heroes is a good way to introduce not only hype, but also just a whole entire new feel for Overwatch, because if we have 5 heroes, the meta is gonna be different. We have 5 total different heroes that we've never had to interact before, and that's also something that we've kind of experienced beforehand with Overwatch 1. For the alpha of Overwatch 1, I'm pretty sure heroes like Zarya and Mei weren't even in the game to begin with, but then once Overwatch actually got released about a year later, they introduced a whole bunch of new heroes so that the beta felt completely different compared to the official release of the game. So overall, I think a schedule for Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2, while it might not be necessary, I do think it's important to have, especially for being silent for a year and a half. But while the heroes are the backbone for Overwatch, another core and integral part of this game is the competitive system. So I think another important thing that I think Blizzard should talk about at the next BlizzCon is a new revamped ranking system. Now, I was kind of hesitant to talk about this because a new revamped ranking system shouldn't have to wait until Overwatch 2, but if they are going to be talking about the new things that are going to be coming with Overwatch 2 on a platform where everyone's watching for a game that was originally marketed as a hyper-competitive shooter, I think talking about a new ranking system could attract so many people. It would be astonishing at how many people would be so hyped for Overwatch 2 if they knew a new ranking system was coming, because we all know that the current ranking system, it's not the worst. I promise you this is not the worst ranking system, but people hate it because you feel like you can carry your team to victory, but because there's just one idiot or a couple of idiots, it's not really that enjoyable. So if they were to talk about a new way that you gain SR, or if you still lose the game but you really carried that you wouldn't lose that much SR, I think a lot of people would be so excited for that. I mean, I just think of a streamer like XQC, someone that literally got built on competitive Overwatch. If he sees that a new ranking system is in Overwatch 2 and something that is way more rewarding than the current one, I don't think he would have any reason not to go back into Overwatch and play competitive because, well, even if he loses, he's a good Overwatch player. Anyway, but speaking of competitive and XQC, I want Blizzard to talk about their plans for the Overwatch League. Similar like the hero plans, it would be nice to have a schedule of what we can expect for the Overwatch League. Not as terms of what days teams are going to be playing, but what's going to be released for the at-home viewing experience, because most people in the United States are going to be watching from home, or if we're even going to have in-person events. Probably not here in the United States because, well, it's not really getting better here anytime soon, but maybe in places that actually have a grip of COVID could possibly have more in-person events. Just set out a plan like that. You know, while you might not care about the Overwatch Overwatch League, a lot of people get inspired to play the game themselves after watching the top level people compete against each other, which can only mean good things for the game as a whole. So having a plan set, whether it's with in-person events or social distance events for the people that actually have COVID under control, i.e. everybody but the United States, I think would be very, very healthy for everybody in the Overwatch community. But also what they plan to do with the viewing experience at home then with YouTube, because for the longest time we didn't have Overwatch token drops, but then they added it halfway through. I think instead of just slowly rolling things out, if they were just to be upfront and center and say this is what you can expect, I think a lot more people would be invested in not only Overwatch but also the Overwatch League, what was to come in the future, rather than just being left in the dark and then every now and then the lights get turned on like surprise shoddy. But then for all the hot gamer boys and e-girls that were patiently waiting for this BlizzCon and patiently waiting for Overwatch 2 to end things off for the Overwatch segment at this year's BlizzCon is gonna be none other than a beta announcement for Overwatch 2 for the Archives event. Now, what could a beta entitle? Well, I would like to say almost the full game, but come on, that's wishful thinking. What I expect is possibly that new campaign mission that we all got to play at last BlizzCon, along with the new Toronto map and push game mode. I don't know how long it would last, maybe for the whole duration of the Archives event, but you gotta think, the last Archives event, we didn't get a new story mode, and the last story mode that we got was from the Storm Rising event, and even that one wasn't that great of a story. Man, they just leave so many loose ends with their story, whether it's their animated shorts or their campaign missions with the Archives event. It just doesn't really go anywhere a lot of the time. So if we either A, had a way to know that all those loose ends got tied, or B, got another story mode with another loose end, I think would not only make a great Archives event, but also tide us over until Overwatch 2 fully released. But overall, those are just my thoughts on what I would kind of like to expect, but what I'm hoping for is that a lot of hype is derived from this BlizzCon event, because again, a year and a half with no talking about Overwatch 2, they better be coming out guns blazing, either with a whole entire schedule and a plan, or quite possibly a new hero. Do you think a new hero is going to be announced, or do you think it's just going to be a release date and what we typically expect from Blizzard when it comes to Overwatch? I would love to see a new hero because, well, that would get a lot of people to play Overwatch right now, but we will just have to see. But until then, I do want to thank you guys for watching, but I also do want to apologize for what happened on Sunday. I did say the T-slur out loud from reading the title, and it's one of those things that I don't really take lightly. You know, I try to be a good example and more specifically try to be a good ally, so I really do appreciate the people recognizing that it was a mistake, but I don't at all want to just brush it off. I did want to apologize for it, and I know I probably could have talked about it at the beginning of the video, but people are going to be clicking on the video, wanting to hear about BlizzCon and not really about my stupid mistakes, so I hope you know that I am sorry, and at the time I didn't even know it was a slur, but thanks to you guys, now I know I'm more educated, and I won't be saying it at all. But anyway guys, I love you guys, thank you guys for watching, more Overwatch videos to come, and bye.